been involved in online communities for hella long because of like hip hop message boards and battle rap thing.
Okay,
You kind of
contrast and compare this to the battle rap community.
this is a very kind,
Oh, it's
welcoming
worse.
community
Really?
compared to battle rap. Like,
Wow.
yeah, dog. Like,
That's crazy. I thought that we had the most mean community.
No, you got to understand like the level because these are people that are attracted to no jumper content.
Right.
Battle rap content is essentially insulting people and being mean. So the fans of battle rap think
They
that
already want to hear the most craziest shit about
exactly.
you.
And do they all fashion themselves battle rappers? So like
90% of them.
dissing you is just like
That's
what
how they
comes
think
first to their mind.
That's how they think we all interact with each other on a regular basis. So
Right.
they're like, hey, remember when this dude called you a, you know what I'm saying?
They're like
yeah.
reliving your worst memories.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, like I'm blocked. But you have to take it with a grain of salt and be cool about it, and then like you're gonna wind up winning them over.
That's what I had to learn. Now I just have fun with it. So if somebody says, "Oh, you're a fucking bitch," I'm like, "Yeah, I'm a bitch." Okay.
Yeah.
See, I
You're
saw
an L. Yeah, I'm an L.
I
Good
hate.
job.
I loathe to compliment AD because obviously I just think dick riding is a big problem on this
Everybody.
platform. Everybody stop dick riding each other. But I was impressed when I watched the clip of you and Ice Poseidon where you basically made the request to him because obviously he's out in Austin
He
doing.
said, hey, cuh.
He's doing live stream content with Yuri. Yuri is basically being cucked
I'm so proud of
by
Trev.
Ice Poseidon.
On
Ice
the set,
Poseidon
good.
is basically just treating Yuri like his whipping boy and just
I don't like it.
marching him around town and making him do whatever he wants to do.
I don't like it.
And of course, the chat has to troll. And at one point, they're saying something that, saying a few things that we won't get into detail that pissed off AD that he felt were disrespectful. And you can't blame Ice that much for reading some of this stuff because he doesn't know what the fuck is going on.
Not at all. Not at all.
But then Yuri is kind of saying stuff too that he doesn't need to be saying. And then how'd this happen? You hopped on the phone with Ice Poseidon?
Well, the whole thing was,
He hopped on Community.
well, yeah,
last night.
yeah. But the whole thing was from the get go was, all right, if I see something happening, you know what I'm saying? If I can intervene, even though nobody asked me to, I know a lot of times motherfuckers be like, why did he put himself in shit? You feel me? I felt like Kiki was wrong with the shit that he posted about Yuri. And
Well, you're
feel
taking
me?
it back now.
Yeah, I'm taking it back.
Okay.
I'm gonna take it back. So when I seen him post that, I called Kiki. I'm like, hey, bro, that shit ain't cool. You feel me? Like, he like, no, but they keep bothering. I'm like, no, nigga, like, this is wrong. You don't do that shit. You feel me? Yuri, he don't bother nobody. Like, leave that shit alone. You feel me? And so Kiki like, all right. He's like, nigga, apologize to him, nigga. Take the shit down. Don't speak on a nigga no more. He's like, I'm gonna do it. He do all that. And then Yuri goes on his fucking crusade with his fucking, his Batman, his savior. And the nigga is, bro, people were just sending me clips back and forth from days. And I'm like, all right, you say one thing, you say another thing, you say that. And I'm like, bro, this is the one time I'm not proud of Yuri.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, bro, I made sure this shit was good. You didn't have to speak about it no more. And you're like, yeah, he's a creep and don't do this and that. And
Just
then
ignore the fucking comments.
just ignore the comments. Because the number one thing that Yuri told me was, AD, they've been telling me to talk about the situation for months.
Yeah, he talked about it.
It don't make sense though because Yuri already put it to rest. He's like, you guys, I don't want to talk about this
Exactly.
anymore.
But
Like,
if you could ignore it for months and then you get around somebody else when you're not at home,
Yeah.
and then now you just letting your nuts hang and shit
Exactly.
like that, nigga, that shit ain't cool.
Right.
And I'm not, bro. And let's be real. I'm not.
he was off several White Claws to be fair.
I
so.
wasn't mad at Ice Poseidon from just reading the comments and doing that. I was more mad at Yuri for not policing it and be like, hey, bro, this, like, hey, chill out with that shit. And it was like, even though you told him, don't do this, but it was like you kind of laughed and made it comfortable for him to talk about a situation.
But also, Ice Poseidon, the type of dude, it seemed like if you tell him don't do that,
He's gonna do
finna
it.
do it
And that's-
more.
But he's also a slave to the chat.
Yeah,
because
yeah,
the
yeah.
chat, and not to mention they have TTS. So even if he tries to ignore, they're going to just say shit.
yeah, they're gonna say
you know?
shit on there.
Right.
But
Wasn't that his whole thing back in the day? Like, pay me
Yeah,
$20 and
See, I didn't
I'll
know-
call that bitch the N-word.
No,
I didn't know nothing about that
Because
shit.
the shit that was crazy as fuck back in the day is that he would be doing stuff and there would be black people around and then
Yeah.
the chat would be doing TTS shit to say racist shit.
Yeah.
And then he's just kind of standing there like, fuck, you know?
No, but I think he kind of got it confused because I have a little brother who just got out of prison,
Right.
Who did 10. You feel me? So I was thinking like, okay, maybe he's getting Kiki confused with my actual brother, little brother who just got out of prison. And I was like, he don't talk, he ain't even on the radar right now and shit like that. And I don't even want him to even be put into this world.
Nah.
So when you're saying that, I'm like, hey, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I called Yuriy, because the chat is like, call Yuriy. I was like, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna call Yuriy. Oh, let me talk to Ice. You feel me? And immediately, I'm like, okay, this is the type of person I'm dealing with. You make a joke right away.
He's trolling you right away.
He's
like, I don't think you should kill me.
Yeah, are you gonna kill
No,
me?
the first he said, hey, is this AD? He's like, where's BC? And I'm like, that's a good one. That's a good one.
That is pretty good.
That's a pretty good
Oh,
one.
that's funny.
But then I'm like, okay, mentally in my head now, like, people got to understand, bro, a nigga is still new to this shit. And it's like, now I know how to handle it. Like,
But I was proud
you
of you when
beat the internet, bro.
He said, like, oh, are you going to kill me? And you go, we don't even talk about that.
shit like that.
I was thinking in my head, I'm like, what would the AD that I met like 2.5 years ago say? He would have said something more along the lines of, pull up to the penis house right now. I'm going to kill you.
Bitch
I'm
ass
kill
nigga,
you.
fuck your mama, nigga.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have went
He would have
crazy.
said, hey, Crip Lives
Bro,
Matter.
I would have did all of that shit. So I'm like, okay, he's trying to throw me off. You know what I'm saying? Boom, he say that shit, and I'm talking regular. You know what I'm saying? And he's just, oh, what? Well, you sound like you're threatening me. Oh, I'm like, no, I'm not threatening you. I'm just having a conversation. Can you respectfully do that? Nobody threatens Ice Poseidon. I'm like, okay, you got that, buddy. Like,
But what's the rundown? How did I start beefing with Pot Lord?
now that was something that was did you actually hear their conversation together?
I heard a little bit
I
of
heard
it.
the whole thing. I watched
This
the whole
nigga Pa told him.
You gonna pull the gun out on him?
And that's the last thing Ice Poseidon said to me on the chat
He
was,
said, you can get
said-
3 to the chest, he said, right?
no, but he said, oh, he was like, okay, I'm not gonna say nothing. And I'm like, all right, cool. And he's like, but Pot Lord's kind of goofy.
But listen, this is something that you have to understand if you're going to argue with people on the internet. Now, like maybe in the gangster rap world, you can just sort of go to like, I will shoot you or I will beat the fuck out of you or whatever, and that works. But when you're on like the influencer, YouTuber, Twitch, gamer, whatever the fuck you want to call it, IRL stream world, and if somebody says something critical of you and your reaction is, I'm going to beat the fuck out of you, it comes off as corny. It comes off as you're not capable of defending yourself with your words, because at the end of the day, even if you can beat somebody up, who the fuck cares? That doesn't make you right in a conversation or an argument or whatever, you know?
And I learned too, it just make you seem like a fucking bully. And I'm like, I'm tired of being painted as the
also corny,
angry
though.
black man, the fucking, oh, he think you're a gangster, you're this and that. And it's like, realistically,
Yes, you do.
no, sometimes, realistically, I'm not going to really run into all these people. So if you're calling me out online, the chances of me seeing you and running into you is very, very slim. So what, I'm gonna be mad at the fucking screen all day? So now I'd rather just have fun with that shit.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, the streets look down on that type of dialogue because that's essentially dry snitching.
It is, though.
Off
Right.
rip, to the point where, unless we're talking about teenagers in Chirac circa 2013, that shit's all
Now,
out.
if we're sitting down and somebody like, let's just say hypothetically speaking, somebody calls somebody out on the internet and we're sitting down and motherfucker got that same energy, then that's a whole different story.
Yeah, because if Ice Poseidon was sitting right here talking to you exactly like that, and if you had kind of tripped out on him and intimidated him or whatever, I don't think anybody would have blamed you because he was being disrespectful to you. Now, if you straight up punched him in the face, they're going to look at you like you're kind of tweaking unless he gets like more offensive or whatever. But when you're just talking on Twitch, it's kind of like you ODing on him and acting tough in a situation where you can't do anything to him is going to look good.
Okay, let's say Basso wants to fight me, right?
I love it.
Let's say Basso wants to fight me.
Let's
right?
book it.
The last, if Basso really wants the fade, the last thing he's gonna do is get loud, bring a lot of attention to the fact, bring other people into it. That's what people that don't want to fight do. If you're at a party and you got smoke with somebody and you're just like, hey, it's that fool over there, you want people to get in between. You want subconsciously, you want it broken up.
Right.
If you really are trying to chunk him,
You're not even gonna say nothing.
You're gonna be quiet, subversive, walk up to him and be like, hey, let's dip outside real quick.
Two in his dome.
Bro,
That's
you
it.
shouldn't even say that while they going out. Just click, clack.
Pow, pow, and then you take off to Mexico.
No, don't shoot nobody.
I'm saying, even just for a fade though, like beyond like bringing it to pistols and all that.
Nah, but I had to.
we had fun.
I had to learn to I'm like, damn, bro, a nigga really do get too emotional on the internet because I'm not used to I mean, you know, we used to the where you having a conflict with somebody, y'all niggas either gonna get down, y'all gonna do something else, and then you feel me, you can shake hands after, you can do all type of shit like that. And it's like on the internet, like nigga, you can't do nothing. So even when I sit there and I say, oh, I said Charleston White, I set you up, nigga, I'm 100% wrong for saying shit like that because I'm speaking off of emotion. Or if I sit there, if I get mad at Duno and T-Rail about my girl, nigga, I'm 100% wrong because I'm moving off
Think
of
about
emotion.
Lush. Lush has to stand there on stage and have somebody in his face telling him that he looks like a fucking thumb and he just got to roll with it. All right, people, we just hit 300,000 subscribers. You know we're trying to hit 400,000 subscribers. So that little red button, tap it, tap in. Appreciate y'all.